a double thieves play, kind of facilitate this ADC, aka vendors or Bixmax. So you got Kaddo's Kittens versus the Mayan. It's not Mayan. Be Mayan Serpents. First set for both of these guys. What's up, Apollo? Long time no see, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we got double dash now. Until Agni hits level 5, aka his most important ability, more often than not, his ult. For those of you that don't know, the Agni rocks. I want to see the Kittens. Sounds so weird calling them Kittens. Kind of facilitate the map and run with pressure, at least in the beginning. They should, for the most part. I love the box playing a little aggressive here. They pulled that out of Terraclap. They did confirm it, so blue buff confirmed. Now, Chaos, aka the Kittens, should confirm 3 buffs, so 3 for 1, like I'd mentioned. Agni not having ult. They're going to have to really wait and play around that ultimate. And I think this kind of draft kind of sits on how this Baron plays. Nice double clap. Unfortunately, that doesn't connect. Maybe force his dash, which there it is. Hachi on blue buff. I need to see this Baron play around his 2. The box is going to have to hold wave. They can try to push here a little bit. Play it off of wave pressure. But Agni not really wanted to do that until level 5, so. A ton of poke onto the Baron. They're kind of backed off. Level 5 for the Hachi Baron. Hachi's going to back up, get full Griffin Wing. Probably maybe even go to 3 health chalice, but he actually has reg health potion. Doesn't sell it. Elects to save gold. Now this is when the fight should start. I want to see going into second red. Obviously, you have the power spikes on both ADCs with the Griffin Wing. You have no health chalices up. Like, once you burn the 1 health chalice or potion on the X-Ball, I want to see them poke him down and force him to use that. And then from there, play a little pressure. Misses the 2. Order side doesn't have ults yet. So they're never going to fight this. So ult versus not. So Chaos, aka the Kittens, have a ton of pressure right now. Why is Terra clapping so much? Especially with their cooldowns being that crazy. No, I lost solo QB. What are we doing? Okay. There's no need to force anything. Good flop. Gets away from that. Okay. There's the double. Okay, so I want to force the Terra. So there's both dashes. Hovers it. And she had beads. So there's beads right away. Big X-Ball damage. Big X-Ball damage. Phenomenally played. Gets the Agni Rock on top of the Baron. The Terra holding beads till late was phenomenal. Hachi forced to ult for the CC immunity so he doesn't have to deal with the flop. Does Hachi connect his last auto? Just not enough. Beads forced as well. Hachi beads and altered down. And they got to pick first blood. Really well done, honestly. Played extremely well. The Terra, I thought, was dead to rights until she beats last second to walk away from that and kind of bait it for the X-Ball to get that kill off. That's crazy. Well done. Really well done. I think if she like ran into it and beads sooner versus baiting that a little bit more like she did, like she baited him in just enough to a spot where the X-Ball felt like he could actually kill. That was really well done. So first blood for the Serpents. Nice double root. Should confirm purple there. Gotta be a little careful here. She shouldn't ever be in danger of death here. I hate this wall. This wall shoots me down and I hate it. I'm just gonna go over here. Hachi has starter. X-Ball still needs the back. I'm assuming he's gonna go T2 Dom off back. I love that the kill is on the X-Ball. Obviously, first blood going onto the ADC is probably the best case scenario. I love that the X-Ball and Terra are backing on Chester, obviously giving him the movement speed out of base. I would have liked to see the Agni, obviously micro things, right? Would have liked to see the Agni back on it, so he has that coming out of base right away for the movement speed. But it's okay. Small things. Double ward on the side of Chaos, right? Both choke points really right away. I'm really interested to see. So you have beads down on the Terra still. I want to see this punished. This poke from the Agni range damage is crazy. I don't know if they're going to find the value on this Baron pick that they want, but maybe we just need to get them itemization. Obviously, tank or bruiser mages need to find items before that really finds a ton of value. Not connecting the two. The X-Ball, just 2 to 3 missed autos would have confirmed that kill quite easily. Pull up. We burped canceled, which I'm confused by. Maybe he's trying to give the gooseberries to the hot cheek. The beats pick up on the Terra was a really big heads-up play, knowing that if she wants to kind of get that root, allowing Agni to get the damage off, knowing she's going to have to beat the Baron ult. I need to see some value off this Bacchus, knowing that the Baron will be the target because lack of mobility. Okay, good stun. There's that root again. The Baron's going to be the focus. Forced to beads. They're pouring into a fight. She does have beads, so she'll be fine. There's that lack of mobility. Now she's be dead. So that should be a free pick. They should walk away. Decent flop. Got to be careful, though. Don't need to turn that back. Red spawning. The two of them shouldn't be able to really pressure. Agni can try to bomb from range, potentially. Especially the Bacchus backs. I would have let that back and then be able to bomb that, but that's okay. Brandon Lamborghini. Big Agni stun. Probably really good communication on the Agni stun rock into the X-Ball. A little unfortunate. She's not enough damage quite yet. So a lot. This is much cleaner play. Really excited to see how this turns out. A ward in hand by the Baron, obviously making sure they have pressure. This wrap is a bit interesting. Decent poke. Holy cow. Good clap by the Terra to buy that X-Ball space to get out. Hachi went Ozzy right away. I'm a little shocked by the X-Ball not going into a Dom, obviously for the mana. Alexa go Ozzy before. The Divine, obviously, for the Agni to deal with the Baron and Terra healing. Alright, the Baron Bacchus healing. I'm trolling. Now this is interesting. Obviously I know Breastplate was buffed, right? But not going for the movement speed is a little... Especially considering he's already got it. So they both won it. Okay. A big misplay by Hachi. Being by himself. Getting stunned. He has beads. He had ult and didn't think it was enough. Kind of caught lacking with both up. Okay, Bacchus has ult. Try to confirm it. Bacchus ult a little late. Now they're in a really awkward situation considering they were trying to all in the Terra. That should be a double. Now both are dead. Blue just running away with this one. Bacchus getting to a position he can back. This should be T1. Hachi's by himself. Now Hachi has ult, but does he have enough to contact that? Forced to ult away. It's T1. Blue playing this really cleanly. Blue's playing really well. Terra obviously trying to get in range. Claps a little off. Backsteps so the Baron doesn't get the heal and movement speed. Now, keep in mind, double tank's never really going to take off, especially around this ADC till late. Especially as they get itemization. Okay, we're trying to poke out. Forces beads on the Baron, which is huge. This Terra's playing really well. Really well. They're hovering purple. I'm going to back up here. I do try to get a little poke on the Bacchus. Force make him feel uncomfortable, leading to purple. Really good lockdown by this Terra. Forcing the Baron to poke down by Agni Rock would be a range. It's a little unfortunate he didn't have more rocks to kind of blow up that Baron right away. No, he did have beads, but forced it back. Now, level disparity, 2 levels for DPSs. This Baron is just underleveled, being poked out, bursted via the immobility into the Terra. Terra pick was really a heads up. Neither one of the Baron or Hachi have second relics, which is a little tragic because they're backing for second relics. Both elect to go shell. Now the Bacchus has second relic, goes upgraded blink for the cooldown. Trying to get a little bit more active for his team. Hopefully taking the focus off the Baron and allowing him a little bit more space and time to deal with, giving the Hachi free cast ability. This is really unfortunate for the Hachi be caught in that versus just the Bacchus. The Terra getting the Hachi and the Bacchus stunned there was really huge. The Baron should be just dead, right? Yeah. Now you're just buying time. T should be dead. Yeah. He's buying a lot of time, to be fair. X-Ball dashes toward Bull. Bacchus doesn't have ult, so there's not really a great way to out-secure this. If Bacchus has ult, that's one thing. He also didn't go Pride one yet, so the Pride one shield just not a situation. Okay. Able to sidestep. Bull blinks out, but blinks straight into it. He should be dead. No ult in hand for the Hachi. Order running away with this. Now the Baron pick, I'm not thrilled, especially because it's going to get punished severely into a Terra Agni. And their comp was driven around hopefully punishing this Terra, but as soon as the Terra goes beads, especially that first pick right away from the start of the game, kind of lets them run away with this. Red's kind of forced to start making some aggressive plays. If they just, they might be able to sit idly by. Just farm. They definitely need the second relic, especially on this Baron. Hachi electing to go Aegis. Cantor's team is playing very well. Very well. So we got, as soon as the X-Ball gets XC online, I feel like they just run away with this though. Especially considering the Baron is so underleveled and underfarmed. I mean, both the DPSs are. This Terra's facilitating exceptionally. Terra went Sunder, which I love. Still no, Pride one on the Bacchus, though. Good stun. Okay, the Bacchus did really well there. Stun the Terra early. And then forcing the DPS to dash with that X-Ball ult damage. insane. Bird is back up. That is a unfortunate timing. The dash in, they're all inning. I'm in a really bad place to see this. Agni gets that last rock, though. Dude, both walk away? Surely not, right? Surely not. Baron's got to turn this. Getting, obviously, a little underleveled. The Bacchus was able to kill. The Baron needs to kite here. Getting rocked. The burn damage, not enough. Now, Bacchus got to be a little careful. The Agni's baiting the dash. There it is. Going to go into the stun. Agni playing really well off his cooldown. Should just relic. There's the beads. It's going to be dash for dash once again. There's the dash. You got to be careful of the Agni stun. He's buying time. We're staggering death timers, so here, that's pivotal. You got to keep in mind. The shell forced. Now it should be flop. That was a little premature. He doesn't have beads. Good backstep. The burp's going to kill. We staggered deaths. So the other two are up. As long as the Bacchus doesn't die here, that should be phenomenal for the Chaos side. Bird coming back up, making sure they never got Bird, and returning that. A massive misplay by the Order side. Honestly, exceptionally close game. Now, the Chaos side, obviously, Baron, so we'll call them the Kittens, have to wait for the Bacchus before they can push. Because they staggered that death now, it is a 2v3 for 12 seconds. They have 3 archers that can step up here. Spitfire with the raid, appreciate you. The Terra beads, force to beads. The X-Ball autoing through beads to... The Hachi just enough. Both beads on Terra and X-Ball. Obviously, the X-Ball beads in that CC to be able to auto through. Hoping it was enough. We're staggering deaths on the Order side, a.k.a. the Serpents. But is that enough for Chaos to really find a ton of value here back into this game? Outside of poke and obvious damage traded, we're getting buffs, a little bit more farm, obviously the XP off these kills, but not a substantial T1 or Bird yet. This next fight will tell us everything, which way this is actually going to go. The Terra's double dash. You got to keep in mind, this Baron doesn't have ult. The Bacchus flop just enough. This should be T1 pretty easily. Now, I want to see how they play this next fight for Bird. Do they elect to go that, or do they go for Bull? How do I join the Joust League? The Joust League signups are closed. You can sign up into !Discord and be as part of the reserve. So if somebody drops out and isn't able to play any longer, you could take their spot. This is the first ever cash Joust League that I'm aware of. This is only the first split, so more splits will come. I also run cash tournaments. Chaos, obviously, now in the driver's seat. Almost dead even, if you will. Took the gold lead in their favor. Now, the big thing to make mention of, Terra played really well, punishing his Baron early, but the Bacchus level 16 in comparison to the 13, Terra facilitating so much, she's put herself a little behind in XP. Let's look at graphs here. Baron's got itemization online a little bit, so he's able to take a little bit more of that damage / poke. Hachi already on Bull, secures it. How do they play with this, though? Agni hovering, cornering for a cheeky little stun. The Bacchus, very aware of that. Terra gets down on the burp, so Agni didn't have to beat. However, they immediately turns in, gets the Terra pulled in to burst that down, securing the Bird. Terra having to double dash, obviously second dash away. A little unfortunate we didn't wait for the cooldown on that. Big flop by the Bacchus confirming. Both dashes are down. They should get a fair amount of poke here for free. Don't think they're able to finish this, depending on how the Agni plays this. The Terra's got to be really careful here. She put herself on that double dash out of position. Is it enough, though? Does the Baron secure this kill? Misses the 2 because of the beads. Beads on both. We have a full wave. Isn't a fire wave. Is the Agni able to kill this enough for game number 1? And it's secured by yours truly, Kittens, running away with it on a comeback. That Bird fight, when the Serpents had Bull, The bird spawning back, obviously Bull wearing off and Terra getting picked was an exceptional turnaround. Heads up play by the Kittens coming back. Honestly, when I thought there was potential they were going to lose that game, that was really close. A little poke over that wall. Now the Neath did elect to go AA with the Griffin Wing versus Bluestone into Dom or Trans, which is what it is. Like I said, she looks like she's going to elect to go the AA base versus ability base. Good taunt, double taunt into a Fearless. Really well done, but the Neath returning a little damage on the Hou Yi. Like I said, already that lack of mobility on that LeFay, getting a little punished. Good Fearless regardless. Good poke on both teams. They did, in the meantime, clear some of that wave. I don't think Athena really clears... they're not really doing a ton of damage. Maybe they select to drop it. Good damage. Oh my god. Securing first blood. The Hou Yi standing behind, try to go for a cheeky bounce, trying to find an angle. Shell forced. Neath beads to try to close gap. Immediately backing off. So 2 relics forced. However, first blood and red secured by the Kittens. And the really interesting part, obviously both relics being down, now I really want to see some value created off of those relics. Athena trying to taunt the Terra so she doesn't find value. However, like I said, here it comes again. Beads forced. That's both beads. I don't know. I don't know in a world that this LeFay gets to cast or play the game. Hou Yi, confident, gets the kill. Big, so this is double kill. Neath securing it. Now Neath backflip down, however, do we buy enough time for the LeFay to catch up? Probably not. Nope. So Neath walks away. Neath 2-0. Obviously a nice little lead. What you'd like to see on an ADC once again. I love the confidence. A little bit more in your face on both rosters, willing to scrap. Not really seeing much of the builds yet. Beads down on both DPS for the Serpents. I really want to see how this is played from this point on, right? Obviously, both beads down on the Serpents DPS, so maybe we find a little bit of return damage now the Terra's here. Her dash should still be down. Gets a nice dash in. Here it comes. The damage to kill the Athena is crazy. Now, she doesn't have beads. She should just be dead. Pops Horn for the cooldown. Neath backflip to get the auto. Really heads up play to close gap. Kaddo Kittens playing very confident. The Hou Yi up down into the Terra Clamp. A little unfortunate. Terra dropping totem for the heal. Both chesters are up. No way. What's up, Geller? I thought for a second that the Raijin was going to think to be a little aggressive there, which would have been a little interesting. Surprised he doesn't pull that into wave. Or at least off a little bit off center so that it doesn't speed up your minions, but you can step into it a little bit more freely. Kittens have wave pressure, allowing them to push for red here pretty easily or uncontested. Good walls by the Terra to make sure that that is free. Forcing the dash. Not really sure why Hou Yi's pathing the way he is. Ooh, unfortunate the Raiju did not catch. Neath obviously started to hover alt. If that actually caught, maybe we get a little bit of poke down, possible kill. All relics are up on both sides, Kittens and Serpents. Kittens positioning for this blue. Athena getting incredibly poked down. There's the Raijin damage we were calling into question. Honestly, that god damage is just stupid good. Okay, so the Raijin is going tablet, so good note on that. It looks like he's going to go into the breastplate second, I would assume. The base damage is going to be crazy. Neath 3-0-3, Raijin 3-1-3. Obviously the lead, kind of running away with it. But we saw this last game on the side of the Serpents, and then it was immediately thrown at a bird push. So maybe this can still be a turned around game. We need to find some real value off that Athena and getting good cast. I'm really interested to see how this played. The Athena positioning, I think she's getting poked down for free. So the Neath is electing to go full auto attack base. Neath charging alt. Getting a little free damage. Okay. That's Athena taunt. Not really any poke secured on the Terra from that. Very little anyway. Sentry placed by Serpents in preparation for obviously blue invades, possible bull pull, etc. Who are you trying to possibly stop up back? Well, there's the breastplate for the Raijin heading into it. Breastplate on both. I love watching a good taunt by the Athena. And this should be a big burst. Neath isn't here yet. Maybe just not enough damage. Raijin is free casting. Neath alt down on the Hou-Yi. Shell forced. Just not enough damage. They don't have enough itemization and build to really chunk this Athena, which is crazy we're not doing enough damage for that. It was a good heads up play for all in, but she's barely even half health. And that's even with Sands of Time because of the lack of itemization and the lead that Kittens have accrued. Accrued, what a good word. Accrued. It should be a pretty uncontested / free red. Hou-Yi electing to kill the ward. Right, just gonna back and Terra back for both will have breastplate. Faye obviously trying to contact that 3 to stop, but back, unfortunately not able to. Not inherently. I mean, it might change up like bands from it might change up bands from current what you see in ranked Joust 24/7 to like, hey, the league will show something a little different. I'm not against like putting the idea up to a vote, but at the same time, I think those gods are gonna change, right? Like Hi-Res is gonna do a couple. The new gods will be coming in. They're gonna do some changing current meta. Obviously, it doesn't affect Joust as much, but we saw what happened to Raijin, right? So some new guys might come to the forefront regardless via. Oh, hold on. Unfortunately, not able to contact a Fear to pull the Hou-Yi back in for any kind of damage follow-up. What I was trying to say, all the patches that Hi-Res puts out, we might see some new gods come to the forefront based off of some buffs, nerfs, etc. But I don't know if inherently banning some gods versus just let you guys play the game and let you guys show something a little cheeky might change things. We don't know. He put himself in a double bounce spot. Unfortunately, not close enough to get that double bounce. Terra chasing, taunt, try to buy him time. Good backstep by the Athena, making sure he doesn't get clapped. Both, like, metaphorically and literally. Neath backing. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to have to... I'll make it public, like, hey, this god's banned due to bugs, etc. I haven't had a ton of time to inherently throw a bunch of rules up because between working and streaming full-time and also adjusting all the problems and issues with rosters, etc. But I plan to do that this weekend to make sure I get like a very detailed rule set, and then I'll be continually editing it. But obviously if gods have bugs, we're not going to allow any bug abusing and be banning those when those happen. Or as much as possible. Okay, we have a taunt on the Raijin. The problem is right here, without the Lefay, because the Raijin has breastplate, and even once the Raijin gets Majdi on, they're targeting we talked about before, right? From the previous match, going after a Baba Yaga who's bruiser based is what we're going to be watching. They have to focus this Neath. Their target selection, not realizing the Raijin is the damage, or more bruiser. Obviously, he's going to get his damage off. I don't know if they ever trade that well enough, especially under level. They have to try to get their hands on this Neath. I don't know if they ever get a spot where they can actually get their hands on the Neath, though. And they're so under leveled now in itemization that they never really... I don't know if they ever kill this tank besides poking them down. Raijin dashing in is crazy, getting that value. Beads forced. That might be a window of potential to kill this Raijin. Alt beats down. I think this... We have to start predicting the dashes. Athena dashing in, unless... I think she's got to get a blink to cover that gap. I want to see this Athena hit level 12 and go blink. Because her dashing and the other two are just going to dash in or dash out. So we're not finding a ton of value off the Athena versus the Terra's finding a ton of value on this Lefay. Obviously, the Terra holding corner, hopefully trying to find a little value on to the Lefay / CC. Hou contacting some damage. The Terra popping Horn Shard. Once this dash is down, there should be a dash in from the Raijin and alt. There it is. Hou alt beats forced. Just not enough damage. Honestly, I think if the Raijin casted all 4 Taiko drums onto the Hou, that probably would have been a kill. He shifted targets a little bit there for a second, which potentially allowed the Hou a chance to escape. Micro adjustment, though. I don't think there's anything inherently a loss from that, considering we did force Hou beads alt, and Lefay alt for that matter. Yeah, but you also gotta remember, you auto banning gods, like it's just gonna mean that other gods are gonna get banned, right? Like, okay, I'm inherently gonna ban Naja Cruisenbow or whatever, and then what's gonna be on next on the list? The Hachi X Ball Raijin, well, whatever that's gonna be, and then it's gonna be the next step down is what's gonna be permaplayed. Like, think about the stuff that's permabanned. It doesn't mean there's gonna be a ton of variety. SPL players don't. They offer variety because it doesn't matter as much, but obviously you're going to see a ton of gods perma-spanned no matter what in SPL because it matters now going into Worlds. They almost get this pick. That is crazy. Meanwhile, monologuing, Raijin almost gets picked. If the Lefay maybe ulted or got a chance to cast on that right away, possibly kills the Raijin. Almost a turnaround for the Serpents. Unfortunately, not enough damage. Raijin getting out almost scotch-free. Unfortunate. The Hou must not have had jump. Neath rooting and doing enough damage to secure that kill. Now it should be pretty much bull. Serpents now have to try to make sure that we don't have a ton of Titan poke. In the meantime, Hou being down. The level disparity, the gold disparity, actually crazy right now. I don't know if there's a way back into this one. Especially considering Serpents still don't have second relic. Good CC. I want a mirror match on the Raw 3v3. It's crazy. Huge taunt. Absolutely mental taunt by the Athena, but just not enough. The damage in turn. The double bounce on the Raijin. Possibly a window back into this. Hou, however, just not enough itemization to clear this wave. The Neath being able to freely cast on this should be just game. Athena alt. They don't. Athena didn't get second relic. Potentially, if she had second relic, a blink immediately right there, pulling the Neath back in. Possibly Hou able to catch up and get a little damage return. Forcing a little bit something more is crazy. Now this is that point in the game, bird timer's down so long, the Kittens can back and immediately walk straight there. The Serpents are forced to make a play. Now, how they play that, I won't know. The Athena did elect to go blink, like I said, covering some of that gap. Now, Neath beads and Raijin beads are down. So if we can get a cheeky taunt with damage follow-up, there might be a window back into this. How they play this is on them. They can't let him walk into this. They let him walk into the tight room, that game's going to be done, and Raijin just goes into ult. They have to find early value before. This Athena has to get that blink off, and damage follow-up has to come through. Neath prepping. Here comes that Raijin. Just like I said, the fight had to happen long before this point. They should just have enough damage to finish this game. And there it is. Unfortunate. Just not enough value early on and kind of just ran away with that game. GG. Kaddo Kittens 2-0.